Hello developers, in this video what we're going to learn is how to connect our Visual Studio 2017 to a Mac so we can build iOS application and macOS application. So in here I have my Visual Studio. This is Visual Studio 2017 and in here I'm connected by VNC. I have um, one computer with Mac OS. In this case, the Mac OS version is High Sierra. So in this computer, I already have Visual Studio for Mac, the newest version. I downloaded this like 3 days ago, I think, um, and is one of the stable versions. So let's check. Is version 7.2.2. So in this case, this is a stable version, and that's somehow nice because otherwise if you are not in the same level of version, like in the stability, you can have preview, night build, and so on. So if the version in the Mac OS is not the same version as in the Windows side, they won't be able to connect. Let's say that, for example, in your Mac OS you have um, Visual Studio, one of the previews or one beta, or it's not a stable version. Then if you go back to your PC, you won't be able to connect to that version because for that you will need to install Visual Studio 2017 for PC in a preview version or in a night build version, something that is not stable. So uh, the rule basically is like it needs to be unstable in both sides or in preview or night build in both sides. So doing that will save you a lot of time because otherwise, for example, if you have a beta or a preview version on Mac OS, you will need, and you have a stable version in Windows OS. It means that in Windows OS you will need to install a second copy of Visual Studio on a different build version. So it will need to be beta or night build to connect to the one that you have in Mac. So to avoid that, try to be in stable releases in both sides. So after that, basically here is really easy. What you need to do is go to the Apple menu, then go to System Preference, and then go to Sharing. And in here you have to check in Remote Login. And after that, you need to pick up the users, which one to use. So I'm going to use Set Administrator, and this is me, Jose Manuel Ojeda. These are the display names because these are not actually the usernames. The username in my case is Joche, but in here display my real name, my full name. So you need to be aware of that when you try to log in. So I select this and it says that we can connect through SSH using this address, like username, then the IP. So basically, since I already have it on before, I don't need to restart in order to turn on this service. But is for you the first time, it will be better if you restart the Mac, so you can make sure that the service will be running. So after that, basically it's quite easy. We'll go to the Visual Studio side, and in here we go Tools, iOS, Mac Agent. And in here I don't know why every time that I add the Mac agent is auto-connected. Maybe because this connection used to exist. So right now it's disconnected. And let me try to forget this connection. Well, basically, let's try to close Visual Studio and try to open a new one. So it doesn't show in there. Because right now it's showing because I delete my connections for this video and because I wanted to show you all the steps. Let's see if this will be working right now. So let's go to Tools, iOS, and in here, well, I already have my computer here. So um, when you don't have this, you have to go to add server, and here you need to put the IP or the computer name. And also you need to remember that in this case, the computer needs to be accessible in your network. So you need to be able to do ping from your PC to your Mac. So they need to see each other in the network. Otherwise, this won't connect. So because I have some questions in the channel that one person asked me like, Jose, I have a remote Mac, um, but I cannot connect Visual Studio. And the problem is that he was not able to connect to the remote Mac because both computers were not able to see each other in the network. So if you have a remote Mac, you need to do something else like setting up a VPN or something like that. That will be another case, and I think I will record a video about that. But in this case, since it's in the same network, you only have to put the IP. In this case, this is the IP that I have. So uh, and it's already added, so I cannot add it anymore. So I'm going to cancel this, and then you double click on here, and then it will ask you for your username and your password. This is the username and password that you use for logging in here, for basically any of the users listed in here. So I'm going to log in with Jose Manuel Ojeda, which is Joche is the username. And here's the password. And here in the output window, if you have selected Xamarin, you can see the state. So it's connected, and I got an IDV connection, and then the engine is running with full support. Again, if the versions of Visual Studio are not exactly the same or are not in the same type of release, the support might not be full. But you need to make sure that is the support that is shown in here is full support. And well, I think that's it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can contact me, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.